wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant.
One more time while I finish a sip of coffee.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to.
And boom, we're live. Sorry, I was running real quick to grab my soda, or not running, but opening up my cooler here, my bodega. Yeah, good morning. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I went live. Can I get an audio check from the Jerome Jones? Big money's in the house. Jerome Jones, what's going on, brother? How are you, man? Wheel Burner Express is showing up this morning. Cents per miles in the house. Hashtag low life, that guy, I tell you. CJ Hudson's in the house. Good morning, guys. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I went live. I have nothing really going on this morning. I showed up 2 hours early for my appointment and was told they're probably not going to unload me until this evening. I don't believe you, Cash. I don't believe you at all. I hope my connection's doing all right. It looks like it is so far. I'm out here on the East Coast, so I get really bad connective service out here. But yeah, I'm not going to be unloaded. My appointment's at 11 o'clock. I checked in at 9. It's currently 9:45. Is that correct? Yep, currently 9:45, and they told me they're not going to unload me until this evening. There's only 2 people working at the dock here. This is where I'm located right now. Like, this is a pretty big cold storage facility, and to only have 2 people on the dock, they're short staffed. They can't hire anybody. It's the same story. You know, it's all I ever hear. Edward's in the house. Good morning. Audio is good. We can't hear you. Yeah. Okay, Cash. Cash, where have you been, man? Every day I'm thinking, man, I can't wait to see a Cash is King live. Because I have a new channel that I would like to talk about on one of your live feeds. If you haven't yet, go watch Cash is King, hashtag Trucker News from yesterday. You're hilarious, dude. Cash, go watch that video and you'll know what I'm talking about. The name that he comes up with is absolutely priceless. Absolutely priceless. Nice. Epic Trucking Fails is in the house. Adam Bennett was correct about you. No, he wasn't. Epic Truck Fails. David Richards is in the house. Good morning. If I remember right, DD McGee, correct? That was your old name. No blurg. Good afternoon. Oh, Zimmerman Seal. Dude, you should be working, brother. Zimmerman Seal Coat's in the house. No, nothing going on curb stomping out here on the East Coast this time. We're just trucking, man. I make a delivery today, and what sucks was I was actually looking forward to making this delivery because I was going to meet up with a subscriber / customer today, and I'm not going to be able to do that now, which sucks. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about that, about how every place I drive to or make a delivery to is hiring, and they're having such a difficult time hiring staff for these jobs. And I don't understand it because they're paying really well. Listen, I've been in this industry a long time, and I was at Americold the other day where they were hiring dock workers for $26 an hour. Like, that's a lot of money in my eyes. I'm sure you're going to get tons of hours, opportunity for a lot of overtime, and yet they still can't hire people. I don't I don't understand. Like, where are these people getting their money? How are they bettering themselves by not working? You know what I mean? Um, it's crazy. Like I said, everywhere I go, even where I'm currently sitting, when you pull in to check in at the guard shack, there is two help wanted signs with the starting pay listed on there. I remember when I started getting like big boy jobs, um, the pay was always like negotiated. They never told you up front what the starting pay was. You know what I mean? I remember being 18 years old and taking a summer job hauling drywall, carrying drywall upstairs, downstairs, around the back of houses. It wasn't an easy job. And I made $10.25 an hour back in the day. No, I can't help you out, Zimmerman. Sorry. Seven Seas Transport's in the house. Hey, Seven Seas Transport, write this down, okay? Trailer trucking F8 at gmail.com. Write that down. Trailer trucking F8 at gmail.com. Write that down. That's my email address. I know you've been asking for it, and I tried posting it in a comment, and it got rid of it. So hopefully you've written it down this time. Super easy to remember. Trailer trucking F8 at gmail.com. CJ Hudson says Epic Truck Fails is top 5 greatest channels on YouTube. Your audio is crackling. Well, I can't really fix that. I'm using this mic. I'm probably talking too loud. To be honest with you, wheel burner. I'm probably talking too loud. I need to dial it down a little bit. But I have my APU running, the air conditioner, you know what I mean? Like the truck's loud, the reefer's running. Which that's the other thing. I've been running this on continuous, and I told them, well, if you're going to have me sit here in your lot, I'm going to turn it on to start and stop, and they asked me to keep it running continuous. Just another day of trucking, I guess, Seven Seas Transport says, what's up with your what's up with your past live shows not existing? I take them down, Seven Seas. Sometimes I go off the rails and I say a little bit too much, or I say something that I shouldn't have said. So I just take them down. Um, isn't that DIY's thing? No. Trailer trucking. Trailer trucking at F8, or sorry, trailer trucking F8 at gmail.com. Got it, putting it off. It's trucking, Seven Seas, I believe. Let me check. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing to you. Let me trailer trucking, no G. One word, trailer trucking F8 at gmail.com. Um sounds like you're blowing the mic. Yeah, I probably am. I don't know how to work this as well as you do. Let me move it away. Good morning, American trucker vlogger and chat. Good morning, Grade A Transportation. How are you this morning? The other trucker, James Best, is in the house. Someone say off the rails? LOL, we're not going off the rails like that, sir. Um, yeah, YouTube's funny these days. But that's I you know, I think that's what kind of sucks about YouTube too. Is like I've quit watching so many things, which kind of sucks. Um, because for a couple of reasons. One, I stopped watching stuff when everything was negative because I believe in positivity, and I really believe in like positive thinking can change outcomes of situations. I know that sounds dumb and all that, but I really do believe that because my past experiences have proved that in my life, like my personal life. So like I kind of quit watching channels when everybody was just negative, because I get it. Like, especially if you're working the spot market and have a lot of bills and a outrageous truck payment, you're probably struggling a little bit. But the reality is, I guarantee you had people tell you, excuse me, not to put yourself in that situation, and you chose to do it anyways. I have a hard time listening to people complain when they've done things to themselves. Does that make sense? And I know that comes across like an asshole, and I get it. But like, if you've made decisions that other people kind of warned you about and said maybe you shouldn't do this, and you're the all-knowing and you've done it anyways, like, complain at yourself. You know what I mean? And I know that comes across rude and mean, but it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. Take accountability. When people don't take accountability for things they've done, they become victims. And we live in a society right now where, like, being a victim is a cool thing. It's absolutely not. Like, winners and successful people are not victims. They take the punches, they roll with the punches, and they move forward. And I that's how I operate in my life. Like, I mean, to go from where I was when I was younger to where I am today, to the successes that I've had in my life, whether it's business or relationships or raising my daughters, like, I didn't think I would be where I'm at today. This is why I take down live feeds. um I'm missing so many comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not as good as everybody that reads these comments as they go. Wheel Burner Express says, don't take any live shows down. I I either stand behind what I say, or I say something wrong, I own it, period. Yeah, Wheel Burner, sometimes I share too many like personal things. And I do believe in having somewhat of a separation. Um, that's kind of what social media is. You know what I mean? You have to. I'm not one of these people that, like, even on Facebook or something, like, I don't share my entire life. I do vlogs, which I think gives you a pretty detailed picture of what my life is like. But if you've noticed, I don't do a lot of vlogging when I'm at home, like with my family and things like that, and other things that I do outside of trucking, um, because, like, that's my personal life. And I don't think people need to know everything about my personal life. So I sometimes take things down. Um, James Best is laughing, all probably at coming off the rails. Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I don't I don't have the what do you want to call it, clout, or the I don't have what you have, for sure. Speaking of someone blowing the mic, yes, there we go. But he always sounds good. I believe that as well. Yeah, I know you guys do, and I commend people that do that. I mean, we all slip up. I mean, maybe we don't slip up. Maybe we just say exactly how we feel and we stand by it. I do agree with that 100%. But like I was saying, sometimes there's things that I share that I shouldn't share. Zimmerman Seal Coat Company says, got to lay down some black gold. Catch all you mother truckers later. Take it easy out there, brother. It's probably hot out there in Minnesota today. Hey, if you live in Minnesota, make sure you check out Zimmerman Seal Coat Company. Maybe even Wisconsin. I don't think he's going to go as far as Illinois, though. But that guy does incredible asphalt work and seal coat work. Burner, you may be epic to be blowing LOL too soon. Oh, yeah. Trucking coach. Are you a trucking guru? I am not a trucking guru. I do have a lot of experience in trucking, but I am far from a guru. I learn something new every single day. Fake trucking spit bottles in the house. Can we get a spit? No, we're not. Hey, what's your social security number again? That's it, cents per mile. I would say stupid things like that. But yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated today because I shouldn't say I busted my butt to get to where I am, because that's a lie. I didn't. I picked this load up on Tuesday and came out here to the East Coast. I had nothing but time. You know what? The way this was set up, if I do get called at 11 o'clock for a door, this this appointment was set up perfect. It was a pickup in the afternoon in the Chicagoland area, and came out here to the East Coast with. I think I got loaded at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's on Tuesday and it's Thursday today, Thursday morning. This appointment time was perfect. Um, Fate Trucking's goatee says, "Does anyone miss me?" I kind of do. I kind of do. Fate Trucking's goatee. Um, you know, I miss having goatee. The animals in the house. What's going on, man? How are you? What's up, hero? I wish I was a hero. Maybe I am somebody's hero. Who was that singer? Oh, I'm not even going to say it. See, this is why I take live feeds down, because I was just going to make a reference to what was that guy's name in the 90s? I can't think of his name now. Um, I miss you, goatee. CJ Hudson says, now it looks like my internet service is getting sketchy. Um, But yeah, no, things are going good, man. I got a lot of things moving right now, which is super cool. And I should say this, and he's not in here, so I can. I'm sure somebody will get it to him. If you're an owner operator that's looking to lease on to a carrier, I highly recommend finding somebody that is like, if you're new to it, maybe helping you a little bit. Um, understand the ins and outs and things you might not understand. Because I think about the carrier that I'm leased onto. We all know it's DIY semi. Um, and I look at where I am today and the things that are happening for like my business, not just his business, but my business. And I know I would not be where I am today without like great mentorship. And I know he's in here too, and he's gonna make fun of me, but like, cash is king, man. Like, I think I got some really good people that have steered me in the right direction. And here's the thing: they're not yes men. Um, they don't always agree on, like, my mentors don't always agree on the same approach to things. So then it's my responsibility to take everything in and listen to what they're saying and try and work my business with those tools that work for me. You know what I mean? That reefer guy's in the house. Yeah, okay. Cash, you're just on fire this morning, aren't you? Um, Hanging out in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin for a couple of days. Oh, that's a nice area, Edward. That's a nice area. Too bad I'm not over there. I'd meet up with you. Um, WCF Invaders in the house. Yeah, we went live. Gary Bates is in the house. I know I missed so many comments. I apologize. But yeah, things are going pretty good right now. Let me get that dumb banner off. If you want to become a member, become a member. How about we put this one up? How about you guys do that for me? Just hit the thumbs up real quick. The 19, 18 people that are in here, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up for me on this video. I'm waiting to see. I'm getting a lot of new comments from new subscribers on my channel, and I'm waiting to see some of them. This is one. I'm not looking past everybody that's here right now. I really appreciate it. This is like the core group of people. I've talked about that before. The core group of people show up all the time. I really appreciate that. Seven Seas Transport has a good question here. How did you meet Cash It and DIY? That is such a great question. On YouTube, that Seven Seas, I've shared this. When that desire of wanting to become an owner operator again, like, kind of came about, probably 5 years ago. And then probably 3.5, 4 years ago, I started watching Cash is King. And I didn't even know who DIY Semi was, because DIY Semi's channel at the time wasn't what I was looking for. You know how he's got all the great videos on like getting your own authority and working on your truck, which are things I probably should have watched. It wasn't. I was watching people talk about the money they were making. I was watching vlogs. Just trucking was part of that too. I'm not gonna lie. And I started commenting on all of Cassius King's videos. And I started hearing him say that he lived in Minnesota. I lived in Minnesota. So then I hounded him, to be honest with you. I emailed him quite a bit, and he finally responded to one of my emails um, after, probably 4 emails. And kind of told him what my plan was and what I was doing. And then he introduced me to DIY Semi. And DIY Semi and I talked for a while. And at the time, the deal that DIY Semi offered me, I thought was too good to be true. And I thought it was just somebody on YouTube trying to take my money. I've told that to DIY, so I can share that with you all. And then I met him, and I saw how he was, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. Like the reality is, I'll be upfront and honest because I don't think he would mind. I think he's even asked me, hey, when you got in your truck on his live shows, tell him what I did. I showed up at DIY's house for what he calls retraining, and I went to put quite a bit of money down on this Mack truck when I purchased it from him, and he didn't want any money down. He's like, keep that money. You've worked hard for it. You're gonna need it. Like you could have a breakdown. You could have all this. And then he made a comment to me that said, if you fail, I fail, and I don't fail. And I know that sounds pretty egotistical, but I believed him. And I worked a plan that him and I, oh, I just went away. I worked a plan with him and I worked the plan that he kind of came up with, and it worked out, and I really think I've grown from there, which he might argue kind of sucks because I think everybody gets to a point, especially if you're in business, like you gotta like spread your own wings. You gotta do your own thing. That's why I wanted this. I wanted to do my own thing. At the time when I started, I really believed in listening and following direction because I wanted to be successful. I didn't want this to be a thing where I owned a truck for a year or two and made some money and then had to get out of it because I spent all my money. I wanted to be successful at this. So I really listened. And I've shared this before. I think somebody with the experience that I did have might have thought they knew everything. I know there's times when I work company jobs that I knew everything. And I really worked hard at not allowing that type of attitude to creep into this because I didn't know everything. And I think it's pretty evident if you watch my channel. I make a lot of mistakes. But I followed a plan that worked and then made it, made a decision. Hey, I want to do things the way I want to do them. And I'm doing things in the way that you have taught me how to do them. And I think it's worked out for the both of us. So great comment. I know that was long winded. Uh, Mackinac Life's in the house. John Boat Willie in the house. Mackinac kid sent me a text the other night of like, how many pounds was it? Like a 5.5 pound bass. He was out bass fishing, slaying them. Hey, Fate, do you remember me? LOL. Hey, Fate, do you remember me? Of course I remember you, Gary Bates. Why don't you become a member and I'll remember you even more? They're all circle waffle stomp in the shower. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we met. Waffle stomping in the shower at the TA. Actually, it could have been the TA because Cash hates TAs. It was a road ranger. Get it right, Gary. Better question, why do you still hang out with Cash? I ask myself that every day, cents per mile. Um, it's definitely they pick on me, they make fun of me. Even even when I need like help on something, I'll call one of them and they're immediately ripping on me. Um, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. WCF Invader says, I found DIY before cash, but I stayed for cash. LOL. I owe so much to DIY. He is such a great guy who just wants to help others. This world is better because of him. Ooh, that's a good pat on the back. Too bad he's not in here, WCF Invader. DIY is a very good guy, though. He is. Dude, cattle hauling. What's up, brother? How are you doing? I actually thought about you the other day. I saw a picture of you and your lovely wife on Facebook. Um, Hope everything's good with you, man. It's been a long time. Uh, did Boss coat your trailer he talked about in his videos, or so what benefits have you noticed? No, my trailer has not been painted. I know what you're talking about, CJ Hudson. You're talking about that. It almost looks like a primer, but it's not a primer. I know he's done it to I think he's done it to all of his trailers. And actually also a couple of contractors that own their trailers. I think they've done it too. I haven't done it yet. And I'm sure I will, but my trailer is really good. Like my trailer's got really good R value. It's probably a wise thing to do. I haven't done it and I haven't had time to do it. Cash is King says, still waiting for that referral bonus. Yes, you probably deserve one, Cash. You probably deserve one. Hopefully, I don't want to see this. I was about to share something that would force me to take this live feed down. I'm not going to. Um, but yes, Cash is King. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the day when I called you when I quit my other job? Do you remember that? Um, if you do, leave a comment right now if I can share part of that conversation. Um, because I did the day I quit my job. Here's how it went down. I've shared it before, but why not share it again? So DIY made me an offer on this Mack truck and said, wanted me to come and lease on with them. And I was scared. And I had a pretty good company job. Um, but I had made the decision that I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump in head first. Um, and I was actually out on the road and drove all the way back to the terminal and got there late at night and quit my job. My boss had an idea of what I was doing or the goals that I wanted to achieve. So he wasn't mad at me when I quit. He was disappointed that I didn't finish my route, but he understood. But I called Cash that day when I quit because I was nervous. Gary Bates says, I've been trying to get those money grubbers to work for me. Yes, I don't get it, Gary. Nobody wants to work anymore. I've even tried to hire a driver. Now I haven't gone to like Craigslist or anything like that. I just did it on Facebook because I thought maybe if I know this person, it would be an easier transition. And the people that got a hold of me, like they don't want to work. Cash is going to say I don't work. Wheel Burner Express says, believe it or not, I stumbled across Fate, which then led me to Cash and DIY. Really? Holy cow. If that's true, Wheel Burner, that is hilarious. And I appreciate all your support. Uh, if I ever fold my company, I'm leasing on with him if he'll have me. I'm sure he would have you, WCF Invader. Um, I fail at failing. That is awesome, Gary. That is awesome. Skip through. Have a great day, everyone. Gotta watch mine. Take it easy, Cash. Take it easy, brother. Um, If you're still in here real quick, go live, man. You can shave whatever. You guys are sick. But yeah, no, it's been I don't even know how many months it's been. We're in the 7th month, so 24. That's 30 months, right? 24 and 7. No, it's 31. 31 months. Um, I've been in this owner operator thing now for 31 months, and I'll tell you what, like, I don't know how to say part of what I want to say because I think it comes across wrong. And Cash made a video the other day where he's talking about like an attitude, and you think you're the best and you might be the first one to be let go when you're at a company and the company slows down. Um, I definitely have that type of attitude. Uh, but it like things aren't as bad as what I see other people go through. And I don't want to see people, sorry, I'm going to turn this down. It is down. Oh, just the volume. Actually, my ringtone needs to be on in case they call me for a door. Um, Things have been really good over here for me. You know what I mean? And every day I seem to find something that I would like to try. Um, I don't want to share too much, but there's things that are working in my favor. Not only my favor, but like the carrier's favor, and it's good. And to be where I'm at today, like feels like I'm comfortable. When I turn YouTube on and I hear how people are still failing and this is happening and there's no loads, and I sit here and wonder, like, why not try something different? Like, if you're leased onto a carrier and you can only do one thing, well, you've handcuffed yourself. You know what I mean? And that sucks. Like, I feel bad for people that have put themselves in those situations. But I think that is exactly that, their situation. I don't think it's the entire industry. Now, I'm not saying that things aren't a little screwed up in this industry, because they are, but it's not 100% across the board. There's people that are doing really, really well right now. And it's okay. I've fallen in this. I've fallen in this spot where it's like you can't talk about the successes you're having right now because people A are going to say you're a liar, or B just think that you are, well, yeah, that you're lying. And that's just not the reality. Like, there's lots of people that are doing really well right now. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but what I am saying is it's not as bad as some people think it is. And I think that goes back to what the comment I made earlier. Are you willing to listen to somebody, or do you know everything? You know what I mean? I'll share something. I'll be upfront and honest with you all. When I purchased my international, I had somebody tell me, don't buy it right now. Not because it was an international, but because they had an inkling that prices of trucks were going to drop dramatically. I have no problem saying who it is. It was Cash is King. And I didn't listen to him. And how do I say this? I got the truck for, at the time, what I thought was a really good deal, right? They wanted $120,000 for it. I got it for $70,000. Um, I have money, so I was able to put quite a bit down on the truck to where it's a very manageable payment. Hence, I haven't had that truck since March 15th. I still make payments on it, and that truck hasn't earned 1 cent of revenue. You know what I mean? It's because it's not a big truck payment. It's not a big note. But had I listened to Cash, I probably could have saved $20,000 at least. Um, but I wanted to do something and I thought I knew what was best. So I did it. Um, I have nobody to like be upset about. Like if I wanted to sell that truck, well, I could sell it and walk away from it because of the money I put down. But let's say I wasn't in that position, I'd be backwards on that truck. I have nobody to blame for that except myself. You know what I mean? Because I chose not to listen. But if you're thinking about becoming an owner operator, especially right now, because everybody's gonna tell you the market's bad, find a small carrier. Find somebody that is constantly trying to build their business, because by them building their business, it's only going to benefit your business. You know what I mean? It's it's funny how it works, you know? And then as a business, you have to decide if the carrier you're leased onto has opportunities in different lanes than you're not used to running or don't want to run. You have a you're a business. You make those decisions, and sometimes in business you do the thing that you might not necessarily want to do at the time because it's going to get you through like downtimes. You know what I mean? And I think it's important. I'd be happy to come and drive your truck for you, Scott. Do a wheel burner. I know I know you live in Canada. If you're comfortable running the states and going home, you know, probably empty, uh, yeah, email me. Trying new thing works. I'm proof. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Cents per mile. I agree with you 100%. And I know that you made that switch to doing um, RGN work and stuff like that. And I mean, I've seen your truck and trailer. Excuse me. So yeah, changing things up sometimes works, you know. But I also do really believe that listening and being proactive definitely benefits me. Um, if I fall into this trap of I know what's best and I don't want anybody's input or anybody's advice, I'm gonna fail. It's plain and simple. I'm gonna fail if I don't listen to some advice. Um, and I'm comfortable with that. I've seen too many videos of guys selling their trucks and getting out of their trucks and going back to company driving, and there's nothing wrong with being a company driver. The only thing that I don't like about company driving is I have absolutely no control. If I need a day off, I probably am not going to get it. Um, if I think I've set stuff up for a vacation, that could change. You know what I mean? I want the control. If I want to go home for 5 days, I know what that means. It means that there's no revenue for 5 days. But I have that right to just go home and do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that's something that, I mean, I can't even put a dollar amount on that. The fact that I can do what I want to do when I want to do it, if it works. Now, I've been in positions where, like, I've had fishing trips lined up that I've had to cancel because I had a $20,000 breakdown. I was just off for, 7, 8 days. Am I going to take another 7 or 8 days off? No, I'm not. Because I do think if I have months where I bring in no revenue, that's also going to set me up for failure. So, yes, it doesn't mean everything that I want to do all the time happens. But I would say 90% of the time it happens, which was not my experience when I was a company driver. Um, it just wasn't. Um, Perfect example, I have a birthday party I want to be home for on the 20th. I know that I can get home on the 19th and not worry about anything. Like, or if for some reason something happens and a load takes longer to unload, well, then I just cancel my next one and go home. I have that capability of doing it. I will drive your truck when I want to. Nice, Gary. Cents per mile. Hold on, you're doing big things here. I just bought a 2004 40-foot hotshot trailer. Might start leasing it out. I got a buddy that's doing hotshot right now, cents per mile, out of Florida, and he's killing it. He's a new authority. I think his authority has been active 90 days, and he's killing it. Like, I mean, he doesn't stay in Florida, but all of his outbound loads are coming from Florida, and then he's running, up to the Midwest and out west right now, and he is absolutely killing it. Seven Seas Transport says only people failing in trucking right now are those who have made bad decisions or lazy. Well, I don't like calling people lazy, but I would fully agree with you, Seven Seas Transport. I do think there for a while, fuel was a really, really big cost. I mean, it's a big cost even when fuel's cheap, but it was a big cost. And if you ran certain type of equipment, you you might have felt a pinch a little bit more than somebody else, right? Well, that's not the case anymore. It's just not. Fuel is coming down drastically. It's a little bit more expensive out here on the East Coast than even Illinois right now. But I mean, I'm filling up with fuel discounts for $3 a gallon, 3.05 a gallon. Um, and for some, I don't know how my truck's getting the fuel economy it's getting now, because this truck never used to get this type of fuel economy. I mean, I'm at 8 miles a gallon right now, guys. Like, and I mean, I've added air tabs, I added wheel covers, and I got the new turbo. And my fuel economy is through the roof right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're going broke right now, I don't think it's because of fuel, and I don't think it's because of volume. I really don't. Um, I do know there's markets where capacity of the trucks is still really high and the volume isn't there, but I know there's parts of the country that still have freight. And are you willing to haul that freight at like less than $5 a mile? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, I mean, freight, $5 a mile freight doesn't exist all the time. You know what I mean? Um, I agree with the lazy comment, but nobody makes a good decision every time. Even the best of them make bad decisions from time to time. It's how you learn from it and recover. Yeah, I make bad decisions all the time. So I, I I'm I know at times I get lazy too, you know. Surely you're not talking about hood trucks. You saw what I did there, right? Seven C's. Oh no, here we go. DIY semis in the house. How you doing, brother? Everybody's been talking about you. Channel member, by the way. Look at that. DIY semis, a channel member. DIY in the house. Yes. Hood trucks are definitely a bad decision. Wheel burner, I have learned that we all we all buy the equipment we want to buy. And here's the thing, and I don't understand it. But just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that it's wrong for somebody else. I am not a person that believes my truck is a represents who I am or what I am or anything. My truck, thank you to Cash is King and DIY Semi for like instilling this in my brain, is an absolute tool. It is a tool that generates revenue for me. That's it. Um, I would say the Mac definitely holds like a little bit of like sentimental value to me just because it was my very first truck. And shit, I'm still in the damn thing. Like, but yeah, I mean, for what I do, hood trucks just wouldn't work for what I do. Seven C's. CJ Hudson says, Fate, now that DIY is here, what was all that you were saying about him? Yeah, right. Tito's and sodas in the house. Good morning. Good morning. WCF Invader says, I got fuel for 286 a gallon this morning. I also agree with the lazy comment. I'll be the first to admit I've been lazy for the past 2 weeks, but it looks like I'm working through the weekend. Yeah, and that's probably a decision you made to make up, oh, right underneath there, to make up for it. Yeah, there, like I said, there's times I'm lazy. I mean, I just got done being at home for 5 days. You know what I mean? I had things that I had to do at home, so it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything, but I went home for 5 days. No, I'm not gonna pile on. Like I said, man, it's everybody's got their they do. They're cool. Listen, I God, I'm gonna come across like a dick. I think they're cool. I am that guy at the truck stop that walks around and if you have a polished truck and it's nice looking and everything like that, I'm going to say something to you. I do think it's cool. I do think it's cool. I just, I don't, I would rather have the money in my pocket, you know. You're going to cry again? Skip, dude. I cry all the time. It's okay. I can. I've earned the right to cry. Um, Hood trucks look nice. Yes, they do look nice. And you know what? I mean, look at Velox. Velox purchased a really expensive truck, sold it, made money on it, bought another business. Uh, I mean, I can't argue with his logic, like why he bought that truck because it got him to where he wanted to be. Nothing wrong with that. My truck identifies as a hood truck. You got a nice truck though. That Peterbilt's a nice truck. Vic Med's in the house. Hey Vic, how you doing, man? How's things in California right now? Um, Here we go. Here we go. Seven Seas Transport. $5 t-shirts can cover your skin, but some folks buy $50 t-shirts. Yes, you're right. You're right. This isn't though. This was a cheap when the wife and I went to Las Vegas, I bought a souvenir t-shirt. You know, the 2 for $20 or whatever. Um Wheel Burner Express says, I agree 100% with you. My truck is a tool to do a job. I want the best possible tool to give me the best possible result for my job. I won't use a sledgehammer if I was a carpenter. I wouldn't use a sledgehammer if I was a carpenter. Well, what if you were taking out a concrete floor, putting in a new toilet somewhere, or ripping out a bathroom? You'd use a sledgehammer. At least I hope you would. You wouldn't be down there with a framing hammer, would you? I know what you're getting at, though, Wheelburner. Just know I'm messing with you. Big bubbles, no troubles. Hello from Uranus. Just getting some fudge and stuff. Oh, that's funny. That is a throwback. Yes, I did not know there was a town, and I forget where it is. Missouri? I'm probably wrong. Probably wrong. No, it's not a skip. This is not an affliction T-shirt, but I do have a couple. In I'm a Todd skip. I'm a Todd. I'm one of those guys. Um, I got called. I was on a cruise a few years ago with my wife, and we were sitting at the bar, and there was this young, like 20-year-old, 22-year-old that probably he could drink, and I was wearing an Affliction T-shirt with, you know, some sort of swim trunks that were kind of the Toddish style swim trunks, and I had a Under Armour hat on backwards that was white, and um, the guy was so drunk he just started in on me to the point where like he was getting aggressive. And I remember I looked at him like, dude, you better calm down. Like I can take shit, but you're drunk and like you're becoming way more aggressive than you need to. I'm just sitting here trying to have a good time. Sorry that I'm wearing an Affliction t-shirt and you think I'm an a-hole. And but yeah, Missouri. Okay, yep. Next to Anderson, Indiana. Yeah, see, I've never been there. Never been there. But yeah, I do own that, like I said, this is a cheap souvenir T-shirt from Las Vegas when the wife and I went. But I do own expensive shirts, I guess. I think I made that pretty clear though. Like I don't buy a lot of that stuff anymore. I can't defend myself. Uh, if the day comes you ever see me smashing concrete things, have or if you ever see me smashing concrete, things have really gone bad for me in my life. LOL. Yeah, I'm not good at carpenter work. My wife is. I'm not. Corky's in the house. He says you like Affliction Gear and Abercrombie. So I don't like Abercrombie. Um, Abercrombie is something I have never owned. I have never owned anything Abercrombie. Um, this isn't an Affliction and Hardy and all that stuff show. I do own some of it though. I don't want it to get out because you guys will just keep ripping on me. Uh, Seven Seas wheel burner. I'm waiting for seven. As you can tell, I'm waiting for Seven Seas to like continue to rip on me about the T-shirts I buy. Um, Wheel Burner Express says I haven't bought myself a T-shirt in over 10 years. Every year for Christmas and my birthday, my kids find me at least a dozen concert T-shirts that keep me going for the year. Yeah, that's cool, man. I get that. My I don't buy a lot of the stuff for myself anymore. I get it on my birthdays and Christmas, and I just celebrated a birthday. I just turned 43 the other day, and yeah, my mom got me a bunch of cool things. you know, WCF Invader says, there's a sheriff down south that'll put you in a pink jumpsuit and make you do manual labor. Just keep away from their wheel burner. Yes, and you live in a tent when you're down there, right? Seven Seas Transport says, I only wear Gucci when securing loads. Good. Yeah. So you want to hear something funny? You're going to make fun of me for this too. I went on Gucci's website because I wanted to buy the whole family one particular T-shirt. I wanted all of us to have one T-shirt that was all the same, and it was a Gucci T-shirt. They were super cool, but I went on their website, and the T-shirt was $500. There's 5 people in my family. Like, I'm not gonna buy a $500 T-shirt. Um, can you sing the Baby Shark song for us? I don't know the Baby Shark song, Corky. I don't know that one. Yes, I bet they do. Why don't you pick one up and mail it to me? Amp. And I don't even okay, yes, I enunciated it wrong or pronounced it wrong. But yeah, I do not wear them. Um I own a Creed tee. Come come at me, haters. I'm what was the lead singer's name? Scott Staff or whatever. I know that's probably wrong, but I wasn't a huge Creed fan back in the day. Fate wears Gucci when take okay, Clarky. I don't own any Gucci shirts. Um, I own a pair of Gucci shorts. I probably shouldn't have said that. I bought a pair of Gucci shorts in where was I? Wasn't Vegas. Where was I? There was a Miami Beach. When I went down to South Florida for work, probably 5 years ago, they had a Gucci store and they had a sale on um, like they weren't swim trunks, but they could be worn as swim trunks. And I purchased them. Big mistake. Should never have bought them. Oh my goodness. You guys, this can't be Cash is King. Is it? Can't be Cash is King. CB's in the house says, my favorite hobby is stealing my brother's clothes for a month or two, then putting them back without telling him. My brother, so I have a brother that's a few years younger than me, and we used to share our clothes. I hear Fate Truckin' wears Victoria's Secret underwear. Nope, I don't do that either. I did get made fun of for the underwear that I wear, though. Somebody had made a comment to me yesterday, and I responded, well, I don't wear those. And I told them, I told them what type of underwear I wear, because I'm very particular about my certain clothing. Like, my socks are all the same brand, and they're not like Hanes or Fruit of the Loom, like cheap socks. All my socks are the same brand, and all my underwear is the same brand. And then all my undershirts are the exact same brand. Um, I don't know why. I'm just very particular. What size shirt or hoodies? And I will only do this if you wear it on a live show. I wear extra large. If you get, I would do it. I would wear it. You don't have to buy me anything, though. Don't do that. Buy it for yourself. Buy it for yourself. Um, WCF Invader says, just got a load to West Virginia and then back over the weekend. Going to hate to Tabitha. Did I say that right? Is going to hate me. She does. She don't like hills, much less mountains. Did you name your truck Tabitha? Jeffrey. Adam Bennett is my cousin. Do you know him? My God, you guys. You guys. I do know who Adam Bennett is. Adam Bennett does not like me, Jeffrey. So you probably shouldn't be in this live show. Uh since per miles got no panties on. Uh Gary Bates is all brown G strings. There you go. There you go. Oh, I skipped. My wife named the truck. You allowed your wife to name your truck? Holy cow. Um, I haven't named my trucks. Um, easy name would be like Betty White for the Mac, but I know Cash's truck's name is Betty White, so I'd be stealing his name, which I guess is okay. I steal all of his content. Might as well steal the name of his truck too. Well, I think I'm gonna run, guys. I'm running out of steam talking about my clothes and everything. Do you want the I love Uranus or the Uranus University shirt? Oh, ooh. I would take the university shirt. I think that would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. Um, that'd be pretty funny. Where are you at today? I am out on the East Coast. And it's very humid out here. Uh, I have my APU thermostat set to 66 degrees. Nice and comfortable in here. Nice and comfortable. But yeah, I think I'm going to run, guys. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm bored. Probably, I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, have a great day. Thank you for all the comments. Wheel burner. It was nice that DIY stopped by real quick. You know, I'm going to call him and be like, oh, why didn't you comment more? He's going to be like, oh, I'm busy. I was gone for a couple of days. I got loads of paperwork to do. know, call the if you have DIY's number, call them today and just say, hey, what are you doing, man? What are you up to? Just harass them. Just call them. Call them. Tell them. Tell them you have some premier load boards you can help them out with. Oh, great! Now he came back. Now he came back. But yeah, holy shoot, wheel burner. I won't be there this weekend. I'll be there next week, like coming back through. See, dude, we just crossed paths at the wrong time, brother. We hold on. Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me figure this out. Hold on, guys. Copy. Okay. Now, how do I do this? We'll go here. I think you can still see me. I don't know for sure though. Um, Here we go. We'll see if this works. We'll see if that works. I just sent somebody the link. Hopefully they join. I should turn my volume on in case this place calls me. Notifications. But yeah, hopefully this gentleman isn't too busy, buried under a mountain of paperwork, and can join us. Let me know if you're still in here. Let me know if you got it or not. Sent it via email. All right, there. Oh, why am I doing this to myself? Good morning, sir.
Yeah, what's all this talk?
I was just saying how busy you
Come
are.
on. Oh, were you saying it like that though?
Yeah, you're probably so busy that you can't do anything today.
Oh, I just got home like 15 minutes ago.
And let me guess, you're buried under a mountain of paperwork. Your phone keeps ringing. You're giving your dog beef jerky.
There. How you like that? No,
You know, there's a lot there.
Beef jerky has been dispensed. She's now resting quietly on her pillow, so we can get to work.
Nice. So
check out my new Mac hat.
yeah, you know what? I saw you had another one on one of your live shows. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
was
even
gonna give you one till I heard you talking 9 miles of shit about me.
you don't even own a Mac truck. Why are you wearing Mac stuff? You're a Freightliner guy. Well, if it's not a Cascadia, it's not good.
Or do I own another Mac?
Yeah. Please share.
State sharing nothing with you.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to delay your payroll by 1 day this week, just as a one demerit point.
You're probably not going to pay me for all my loads either.
Yeah, no, some of them are a complete dud. You don't deserve to be paid for.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry.
I was thinking about going live today. I guess I'm getting furniture. I go away for a couple weeks, and my punishment is, oh yeah, when you get home today, I'm having some furniture delivered. I'm like, oh, wonderful. So that's my punishment for leaving.
Right. Well, yeah, at least you get new furniture though. And you got the money to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't see that as a positive. I don't like change. I like my old chair. I like my old couch. Don't mess with it. And then mess with the feng shui of the whole living room.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, no, I was talking a little bit earlier, and I hope you don't mind me talking about this. But I talked about like when I first came on board. And
did you talk about everything now?
What are you getting at?
I don't know. There's some things you don't talk about. You know, I know you like to make yourself look real good.
We shared that. Hey, you dick. We shared that on your live show.
Did we? No, we didn't.
I know we did one time. I know we talked about it because you made the same comment to me. And screw it. We'll talk about it right now.
Just kidding. That's just a joke.
But no, I was talking about like the leadership of, and I don't like to use that word because
why? It makes me sound really good.
Yes, it does. I was more or less saying the tutelage. Like you had a plan, right? Like you did. You had, and
yeah, it wasn't to be on the road for a whole month at a time.
Well, things change, man. Things change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Things
absolutely.
change. And
for sure.
And you being on the road for a month, you know, yeah, people might give you crap about it, but like you being on the road for the month like secures everybody that's leased onto you.
Yeah.
Like we don't have fails. As your company doesn't have fails,
Oh,
meaning
I don't know about that. Just don't know.
I
You know,
you
people
didn't
don't
let
know. People don't know about all of them. See, I don't say most of the things because, like I have with you, I have an agreement not to talk about things people do. You know, uh,
right.
and you guys don't talk about things I do. It's just it's not public information. But there are some setbacks. There's been plenty of setbacks.
I did what I meant was on like taking care of the responsibilities for the customers. I
Oh,
think your
yeah.
business, along with all the people that are leased onto you, I think we do a pretty good job of taking care of the responsibilities that we've agreed to take care of. And I mean, obviously there's hiccups and things that happen, equipment breakdown, but I think your leadership has instilled that in all of us.
Well,
You understand what I'm saying?
I try to lead by example. I don't expect anything to anybody to do anything that I wouldn't or couldn't or don't do. It's-
So you and I have talked about this, and I know that you are a very smart guy when it comes to this industry and things like that, right? And I know that you are a guy that believes. I say this with the utmost respect. I do think sometimes you look at things worst case scenario right away, right? Like
yeah, because it
we're
usually happens
okay.
a
So
lot of
that
times.
prefaces that leads to this question: why then, in some cases, do we not feel the pinch as much as other people? Because
Um,
I've told you this before, man. Like
because Daddy makes
I
things all better.
here we go. Here we go. It's not just daddy makes things. You gotta cut that. Like, okay, let's get real. Let's get real. Um, is it hard as a business owner that has people leased onto them to let go of some of the control?
Yeah, it is because and it should be because chances are you've worked many years to get yourself to the position that you are and to and the way you did things got you there, and now you have to, you're trying to let somebody else do things your way with your name on it, or do things their way but it's got their name on it. Yeah, that's hard because they're not going to do things the way you did to get yourself there. And the conversation we had the other day when you told me what somebody said to a broker, you know
Yeah,
I can't have that. That ain't gonna fly. So it makes you tighten the reins back up a little bit, because you have to explain to people that, hey, what you do affects everybody. Every
right. Can you hear
and that
me?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You buffered there for a minute, but yeah, everybody has to understand that everything that they do affects everybody else that works here. So, you know, everybody's got to keep everybody in check.
right. But I don't know how to say this. It's just it's interesting to see.
Are you trying to tell me I'm a control freak?
No, I don't think you're a control freak.
Oh,
And I understand it. And I've been pretty clear with you, like the respect that I do have for the name that's on the side of the truck and understand what that represents. I'm just wondering, can I be the safety director?
oh, that's the first job I'm looking to give up. That is the first thing I'm looking to delegate when I can. No, but um, I try when I say these things to you, when I tell you to do things a certain way, and all this and that, I try to also explain the why, and it might not always be prevalent or evident at first, but I think it becomes evident over time. And you
Absolutely.
ask, why aren't we feeling the why you just asked me, why aren't we feeling the pinch? It's because of all those things. it's not always evident up front. Sometimes it takes time to learn. Oh, that's why we do it that way. And right now, you said, why aren't we feeling the pinch? It's because you did the things that I tried to explain to you to do or not do.
So why do you think? Let's take somebody that wants to come and lease on with you or just in general, because I know you have these conversations and share what you want. But like, why do you think some people aren't willing to say, like, teach me versus I know everything?
Pride and ego.
Uh-oh.
Pride and ego are two of your own worst
Uh-oh.
enemies. Oh, fate is a snitch. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Damn straight. He's my I throw him an extra % every month to be my tattletale.
No. No, here's the deal. With sometimes we develop relationships, whether it's with customers or brokers, and sometimes somebody can cross that line that hurts everybody. And I'll speak selfishly here real quick. I've done a lot in the lanes that I like to run with certain freight. When somebody else shit talks them, that's going to affect me. That's time I call.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
negotiated rates for lanes with certain brokers. And when somebody calls and tries to hold them up for much more money, no, it's not. Number one, it's not going to happen. But then don't shit talk that broker saying, "Oh, their rates are trash." No, that's the rate we have negotiated for that lane for a purpose.
Yes.
And if you're trying to be spot market Johnny and do a one-off load on that lane, it's not going to work. But then don't.
Right.
So you asked me to. Okay, so another thing, I always say there's a lot of things that people that goes on behind the scenes. You guys don't need to know about it. There's reasons decisions are made a certain way, and there's a new one today. I just got this today. Okay. When you're trying to grow a fleet or for yourself or a group of trucks, you have to work very closely with the insurance company, unless you're Progressive, and then they'll just do whatever the hell you want to do, and they're going to charge the hell out of you, right? People complain about Progressive all the time. Their rates are sky high. There's a reason for that, because they'll let you do any old thing you want to do with your fleet. Okay, you want to add 10 drivers out of driving school next week? Progressive is on the board. Here's your rate. Other insurance companies aren't like this, right? So I've been adding trucks and growing the fleet, and we're to the point now where I have to start working more closely with the insurance company. So let me fold this over here. I got this into my email about an hour ago. All right, it's a multi-page questionnaire I have to fill out, and I have to come up with a written driver employee manual and a written safety policy. Because most insurance companies, when you're looking to grow, they want to see it very slowly, very methodical. They don't want what's called uncontrolled growth. They won't do that. They'll stop you. So part of my growth plan here is I have to do all these things. There's 3 pages of I have to have an employee manual, a safety policy, and you probably aren't going to like this one, I have to govern the trucks. They don't say it has to be 65 or 66. I get to have a little bit of say in that, but now it's going to have to happen. So people complain about these trucks and their policies of the governed trucks or slow trucks. Hey, I'm living it. This is proof of fact of your insurance company does get involved in these things. Okay. I'm going to have to, disclose all pay packages. There's a lot here. So, these are some of the things that people don't see behind the scenes of things that happen, and one of the reasons for some things that are done. So it's just an example. This is going to take a lot of time. I got to sit down and write up a driver's manual and a safety manual. It's going to take some time. Now,
I got nothing but time sitting here. You want me to draft one up for you real quick?
Yeah, shop operations. Your exposure to shop operations, so that may have to change a little bit. Hiring and training practices, which we already, I already have a pretty good grip on that, and we do road tests. And I do the monthly safety videos. They were happy to hear about that. So, now going forward, there's gonna be a cooperation and a regular contact with the insurance company, and they'll stop in. They may stop in at the office once a quarter. We're gonna get eventually here an assigned company rep, a field rep, and they'll come in and look at everything we're doing and make suggestions. So, but that can also be a good thing because it'll help you develop your company legit rather than just all willy nilly and keep us all out of trouble.
The only, I get everything you said. The only thing I would, scoff at, I guess, and dude, every truck I've ever driven has been governed, minus maybe this truck's governed at 70. I wouldn't know because I don't go that fast.
Yeah.
The only thing I would argue is, and not even argue, my only question to you would be how, and I get it's your business, but they're going to force me. You don't own the equipment. Like how?
No, I don't.
I mean, I get it. And I would do whatever the insurance company
It's
wants.
not going to affect you. I'm not like, you don't drive fast enough to have this affect you. Like,
yeah,
I shouldn't be having anybody out here going 75 anyway.
No,
we don't need that.
I agree.
So, I'm going to shoot for 70 and see what they say. That's fast enough for everybody. And I'm to the point now where I'm very, very open and frank with people. And I told you this yesterday, and I'll tell other people what I say. I'm like, people need to hear the truth, whatever. And I was, talking to somebody on the phone, and one of the things was, oh, do you make us govern our trucks? Or, if I'm behind somebody that's going 68 and I want to go 70, I want to get around them. And, what am I supposed to do? My answer was grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly what I told them. Grow the fuck up. That's a sign of immaturity. They have a fucking minute's patience. Oh, sorry. I just cussed real bad on your show. I'm like that now.
It's gotten to you.
I'm kind of like that now. It's gotten to be like, hey, come on, be an adult. Yeah, I understand. Like, we all have that, but that's okay. That's a sign to me of like, you're a very impatient person. You're taking risks. You're probably riding somebody's ass because you're don't want to sit behind them for like, or wait for an opportunity, or just back it down a mile per hour. It won't bother you. Like 70 is not going to get you any place faster than 68. You're gonna be hitting your brakes all and also, like, I feel like you're not running your truck. I also told him, what he said, what do you do? I says, well, I like money, so I don't drive that fast in the first place. Right. But yeah, those are my answers nowadays.
I think that could also take, for example, what I'm going through today. I haven't talked to you. Maybe you've heard it. Like, I'm here. There's only 2 people working on the loading dock here today. And the minute I checked in, they're like, we're probably not going to get to you until this evening.
Well, good thing we scheduled you the way we did then.
Right. That's exactly what I thought. But think about that person that is so impatient, can't slow the truck down a little bit. How are they going to react when they might have to sit for 3-4 hours? Because if you go in there and mother F the shipping and receiving office, they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They might communicate with the customer or a broker, or just kick you off the property and say you're not welcome here anymore, which doesn't mean just that one truck. It could mean the entire fleet of trucks.
It will. And
you know what I mean?
And if I worked for the last 3 years trying to get that customer and that happens, yeah, I reserve the right to be really pissed. And I will be. Like, people don't generally think of things that way, but that's what they don't understand, how much goes into some of this stuff. Yes, I would like to get Borat quotes all day. I will out quote the shit out of you on Borat.
Yeah, no, I just see, I find it funny how much actually, or it's not funny, it's responsible you have to be out here. And yes, it sucks. Do I get mad? Of course I get frustrated and mad. But I keep my composure, and how important that is for the things that we do. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I
No,
I know that it's important.
like it's a shift and I think I might do a live today and talk about all this. It's a shift in there's something changes inside you when you are no longer just a truck driver and you become interested in actually a business and a legitimate growth of a business. You have to let some things grow, like the micro things. I'm kind of done with. I can't possibly pay attention and monitor everything at all times all day. Like the micro things, I hey, you guys got to handle that. You're in business, you're an owner operator. It's now my responsibility to watch out for the macro, the bigger picture stuff.
Right.
And that doesn't need to be your concern. So I don't need, like, you guys don't need to know or be bothered. Like this thing I have to do right now, like that's nothing to do with you. It will, there will be some new things happen, and some people won't understand why. But then I just say, hey, here's where we're at. Um, be on board or don't be on board. I can't really control that.
Right.
Um,
I'll just find the next guy to lease onto.
yeah, and
That's-
and you know the person who has had the thing change inside them to where, okay, I'm now in business and this is what we're doing, will understand. And the one who's just chasing that next hotspot market load, and the owner operator Johnny, where it's get the hell out of my way and oh you damn four wheelers, uh, won't like it and will hate it and might quit. Um, what are you gonna do?
right.
If you're gonna quit over 2 miles an hour on your truck, probably don't want you anyway. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
but I'm so over that stuff. I'm so over it. Like, good things are happening. Like you said it. You haven't experienced some of these things right now. Like I don't want to say insulated, but you said, what is the word you used?
Well, insulated, I guess, is the right word. More.
That's what it takes to get. That's what it takes. All these things are what it takes to have that happen. So,
Here.
but you can't have it both ways. You can't say, okay, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
Yeah.
people. You can't say, oh, this is great. I've been, relatively insulated. Things have been okay. And then also have that other bullshit of, the truck driver bullshit. It's, uh, how to explain it. It's, you'll know you're there when you're there. You'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about these other things now and not these things. Like there's, and I'll talk more about that
You
later.
should go live. You should go
Yeah, I
live
will.
because
I got a lot
that's
on my mind. I made like 4 videos on the road this week, and then my SD card crashed. So that's freaking wonderful. I was I had some videos, but I'll have to redo them.
you know, you made a point about. I mean, you and I talked yesterday about this. I've done some things that work what I thought would work better for like the situation I want. And they're good, they're great things, right? But I also saw the downside of not running a plan that I've ran for 31 months. And you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, but it's also the thing
It's
you went to go set off to do to change is also very young. It's in its infancy.
right.
Like
And
these things
it's
take
not
years. These things take
yeah,
years to develop.
it's not over. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
We'll
saying
see.
is that that's the mind change though. Like I'm thinking a little bit more outside of just me and one truck. But
Yeah.
the point I was trying to get to was maybe it's my ego because I've told you this before. The thing I hate the most is DIY runs your business, right? Like that
That's why we
does
continue it.
that
That's why we push that so hard, because we know how much it pisses you off.
that does like piss me off. It most certainly does.
I love it.
However, I do have to say this, like without those plans or the things that you've done behind the scenes, or even if it's things I've done and other contractors have done to like get the work we have, if that means that you're running something, well, so be it. Like then it's more of a business partnership where like you flurry at the same time I flurry. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Flurries makes me
Like,
want Dairy Queen.
yeah, McFlurries, or that's McDonald's, isn't it?
I think the word you were looking for is flourish.
Flourish. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. See, it's that Minnesota education. But no, like I think it makes sense. You know, and I hate it when people are like, "Oh, you're protected because DI." Well, like,
No, it takes
I'm
a
not.
long time to put everything together. Unfortunately, most people don't have the patience to wait that long. That because I didn't make a whole bunch of money in the last few months, uh, it's not worth doing, or I'm out. You know. Oh, the unseen Hanson brother. Nice. Yeah. So I lost my train of thought now.
Well, no, it's you. You were talking about because you didn't make a whole ton of money, and how do I say this? The work that you've put in. I mean, I say this because I'm your friend too, even though you make fun of me all the time. Like, I want people to benefit across the board,
Mm-hmm.
but and like I was saying earlier, you are somebody, and I'm not saying doom and gloom, but you are more, hey, this could happen. You told me months ago, hey, what if you only gross $3,000, $4,000 a week? Can you make it on that? Do you remember having that conversation with me? You're like, this could get really bad. Like, can you make things work at this dollar amount? Let's say, can you structure things? Can you structure your business to withstand this? Do you remember having that conversation with me?
No, not really. I
Yeah,
probably did. I
it,
don't know. I
it
probably
was
have to
all
see.
doom and gloom, right?
Oh, that happens.
And it, it does if you forget everything that you know. And what I mean by that is if you forget everything you know, because you've made other comments to me about had you found something 20 years ago, you'd be in a different spot than you are now. But the things that you've taught, at least me, I can't speak for the other guys that are at least onto you, but I know for me, like I don't get as worried.
Well,
And then I look at
yeah.
what I've done. And when I say what I've done, I hope you don't think I'm like discounting you, but like look what I've done in the short amount of, like I don't think 30 months is a long time.
No.
But I I, I think some of the stuff I've done like on my own, am I making sense? Like I'm not,
Well, what
these
you
are
did, what you've done is when somebody tries to tell you something, you listen, and then you maximized the opportunities that you had in front of you. Um, there's tons of opportunities all over the place. Some people just choose not to um, take advantage of them or don't recognize them. So when the opportunities are there, now with especially with the truck situation, with the when you're first starting off with that truck, that was an opportunity. You almost didn't take it,
Yeah,
uh,
talk about
but
that.
but you
Let's
did.
talk about that real quick because Seven Seas Transport asked a great question or had a great comment question earlier about how I met you and Cash, but I almost didn't take it. Like that's a real thing. Like the deal you offered me with this truck, the Mac at first. I mean, it came to the point where you called me and you're like, "Hey, you're either in or you're out right now. Like I can't. You have to get off the fence." I mean, that was a real thing, right?
I probably did say I don't really remember. I probably something I would say.
Yeah. Well, you know that I was scared. I was hesitant. I didn't believe you.
Yeah,
I've shared that with you.
and I understand why. This it's a very odd situation,
Yeah. Anyways,
but Seven Seas. What at what point though is it about enough is enough with insurance and government having too much control? That's that is a thing, but freight is going to move in this country. Somebody's going to move it. you can look for reasons to do it or look for reasons not to do it. And when I say that, I'm not picking on you saying, "Oh, you're just looking for a reason not to do it." No, that's not what I mean. Um, those things are going to happen. There's going to be insurance. Insurance is going to be high. We all know government, never met a regulation they don't like. It's going to happen. You can still listen. I wanted to save this for mine, but
Hold on, then do it. How about
no,
this?
no.
Let's
I'll say
end
one
this and
thing.
you go live.
No, I'm not ready yet. I some stuff here I have to take care of. Truck driving is the number one job for high school educated men in this country. Did you know that? It is on average the best paying job for men in this country with only a high school education. It's good enough for me. That's according to the Bureau of Labor. Okay. Yeah, is it perfect? No, never has been, never will be. But still a pretty good way to make a living. And it will be. Like people are going to make a living. Somebody's going to haul the freight. You just got to decide, am I going to go through all these things, which there's going to be a lot to go through. There always has been, there always will be. Or do I just want to find something else or drive somebody else's truck and let them handle it? And there's nothing wrong with either way you decide. Everybody has their own level of stuff they want to deal with. I don't really want to deal with all of those things. But listen, here's the thing. Like when you drop all the bullshit with trucking, like it's good money. You can have a great future if you take full advantage of it and manage that money and do something with it.
Yeah.
Like to hell with everybody else's opinion and what they say. If you can get it, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, like even me, right? The only difference is I got this from a young age, and to get it and to do it are different things. It's hard to do it, right? Talking shit is easy, doing it's hard. From a very young age, I got a grip on me and my money and emotions and feelings about money. See, it doesn't matter what you could pick up trash on. You could make, minimum wage. You could make $10 an hour picking up trash on the side of the highway. Doesn't matter. It's what you do with that money. So if you decide, okay, pay yourself first, get control, put that money to work in different ways, and live within your means, live a modest life. And then on top of that, have this kind of income from trucking. You're set, man. You're in a good place. It's just whether or not you want to deal. Oh, Fate's taking phone calls now. He's structuring. He's busy structuring his business, probably restructuring his business. But yeah, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Not everybody wants to deal with this. I don't like it, but I don't mind that part of it. Will we be regulated out of business? Maybe. I ain't gonna lie. Like government's off their freaking rocker.
Hey,
so you never know.
I gotta run.
Why?
Unless you want to hold this down for a little bit, I gotta go inside and hunt down somebody.
Okay. Ask him. You want to pull it off yourself? Ask him if you can pull it off yourself, or is that not an option?
I'll do that. I just need to go find. I need to go find somebody. He told me to go find somebody.
Okay. Yeah. Wrap it up. Like end it. We'll
I'm gonna end
do
it.
this later.
Real quick though. Maybe you talked about this when I was on the phone. WCF Invader, you all should look at the European truckers got to deal with. They have to put their driver's license in a reader before the truck will run.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, this is probably where people are going to hate me. I'm not opposed to that. And do you want to know why?
But we'll figure it out.
I'm opposed to like they can read everything about me as I'm driving down the road, getting up to a weight station. I'm against that. But you know how many people are out here driving that don't even have a CDL license, and that truck shouldn't start?
Well,
they shouldn't even be on the road to
ways
begin
to solve
with.
that. I would like to see them uphold the laws that exist before you come up with this new crap. They don't even follow the rules that are out here, so nothing new until that. But anyway, Until next time, you know what it is? Nothing. This is a bunch of bullshit.
I gotta run. That guy. I hope everybody has a great day. Hopefully he goes live later. Man, what that dude's what's he called? The encyclopedia of trucking. That guy knows everything. Thank you so much, DIY, for stopping by. Yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Later.